President Trump should be held in criminal contempt over a series of posts on Truth Social that allegedly violated a gag order. One America's Daniel Baldwin has more.
Judge Juan Merchan held a hearing on whether to find President Donald Trump in criminal contempt for allegedly violating the provisions of a gag order he placed on him. I want to bring in Mike Davis of the Article 3 Project. Sir, reports say that Judge Merchan told Todd Blanche, an attorney for President Trump, that Blanche was, quote, losing all credibility with the court in the middle of this fiery gag order hearing. Can you just break down what that means, and what does it say about the judge that he would tell Blanche that when arguing against putting a gag order on a criminal defendant?
This Democrat Manhattan judge, Juan Merchan, is clearly biased. He donated to President Biden in 2020. He donated to another anti-Trump group. His adult daughter, Lauren Merchan, is a leading Democrat fundraiser, and she has raised $100 million so far off of her father's unprecedented criminal trial of a former and likely future president of the United States. You also have Matthew Colangelo getting deployed from the Biden Justice Department, a senior political appointee in the number 3 office, to resurrect this zombie case against Trump that the prior Manhattan DA, the Manhattan U.S. Attorney, the Federal Election Commission, and Alvin Bragg himself declined to prosecute. And when President Trump tries to raise this evidence of Judge Merchan's clear judicial bias requiring his recusal under New York statute, as even a former Clinton judge said on Caitlin Collins' show on CNN on April 5th, requires Judge Merchan to recuse. How did Judge Merchan respond to President Trump raising this evidence of his bias? He put an illegal, unconstitutional gag order on President Trump, so he cannot talk about this evidence.
Well, Mike, President Trump wrote on Truth Social on Tuesday, quote, highly conflicted. To put it mildly, Judge Juan Merchan has taken away my constitutional right to free speech. Everybody is allowed to talk and lie about me, but I am not allowed to defend myself. This is a kangaroo court, and the judge should recuse himself. Mike, this has been the message from you, from One American News, from Trump's campaign, for weeks, for months. So I want to ask you, what needs to happen to make sure this is a one-off occurrence? And something like this, what's happening to President Trump, doesn't happen again, both at the federal and the state level?
This is part of Biden's lawfare and election interference against President Trump on many different levels. They are sending Matthew Colangelo from the Biden Justice Department to indict Trump in Bragg's office, first time ever. You had Jonathan Sue, Biden's deputy White House counsel, waive Trump's claim of executive privilege on behalf of President Biden, which led to the Mar-a-Lago raid, which led to Jack Smith's 2 bogus indictments against Trump. And then you had Nathan Wade, Fulton County DA Fannie Willis's dumb, unqualified boyfriend, actually being dumb enough to bill his time on to Fulton County for his 2 meetings with the Biden White House, including the Biden White House counsel, at $250 an hour for 8 hours before Big Fannie brought her indictment against President Trump. That shows that President Biden's fingerprints are on all 4 of these unprecedented criminal indictments of a former president. They timed these indictments 30 months after Trump left office, when he was contemplating running for president again, and they timed these trials to interfere in the election. This is a criminal conspiracy by these Democrats, prosecutors and judges and witnesses and other operatives to violate President Trump's and so many others' civil rights and to interfere in the election. So when President Trump is back in office on January 20th, 2025, his Justice Department must open a criminal probe on this obvious criminal conspiracy by these Democrats.
Mike Davis of the Article 3 Project, sir, we appreciate you joining us here on One American News to break it all down, as you always do. Mike Davis, thank you so much.